He is one of New Zealand's most notorious criminals. His rape and murder of a South Otago schoolgirl 14 years ago had a huge impact on the country. It provoked nationwide street marches and eventually resulted in the formation of the Sensible Sentencing Trust. But the brutal murder of Kylie Smith wasn't Paul David Bailey's only crime. Before that, he'd raped another, even younger girl. Not that the public got to hear about it. In fact, it was only after a very long struggle that this young victim ever had her day in court. This is the face of rapist and killer Paul David Bailey, beamed into the country's living rooms in 1991 after the murder of schoolgirl Kylie Smith. But there was an earlier victim who survived, only to be silenced first by Bailey and then by a system who she says didn't listen for more than a decade. A court order prevents us from identifying the woman.
The effects of what Bailey did were horrific, but living all these years believing that the police didn't believe me and that's why they never prosecuted. I don't know which is worse, to be honest.
The thing is that the police never doubted the evidence of this teenager when she came to them in 1991. They told her that they'd deal with her complaint as soon as Paul Bailey was convicted and sentenced for the murder and rape of Kylie Smith. But that never happened until, in desperation, she hired a lawyer, in the last resort, to threaten the police with a private prosecution. It all began in the small fruit-picking town of Ettrick, Central Otago, back in 1989. A 12-year-old girl came to live here with her father. About the same time, 24-year-old Paul Bailey moved in across the road. He seemed cool. He had a partner, Rose Shortland, and a small baby, and they played loud music. It was all intriguing to the 12-year-old and another girl in the neighbourhood, 2 years older.
Basically, over a period of time, we developed what I saw was a friendship.
Tanya was the 14-year-old.
And they had the lot over there across the road. And we were tempted by that because it was new and it was exciting. And in hindsight, I realised that was the type of victim or victims that Paul actually preyed on.
Cups of tea progressed to drinking alcohol and smoking drugs. And today it's easy for them to see they were being targeted and groomed.
It was a team. It was Bonnie and Clyde.
Rose Shortland is now living in Australia, and for the first time in many years she talked about Bailey and his fetish for schoolgirls. Tanya says you and Bailey operated like a team.
Yeah, and for her it would have been like that. She would have seen exactly that. Because it's exactly, everything that Paul wanted, I did. I'm the old mare. I do what I'm told. There, that was, what he wanted, he got. And he was going to get it one way or another.
Not long after, Tanya left Ettrick, and that suited Paul Bailey just fine. He wanted the younger girl.
He knew that I was now alone and vulnerable. Especially by that time, they had earned my trust and my friendship. So, I was in quite deep. I had no forewarning of what was about to come.